Virginia gubernatorial candidate Glenn Youngkin. Glenn, it is great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Maria, it is so nice to see you again. Thank you for having me. And I'll tell you, there's nothing more important today than for us to pay attention to this topic.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that, but I also want to talk about your platform. We're waiting on the January jobs report out this morning, out in just about an hour. Estimates call for 50,000 jobs added to the economy in the last month. The unemployment rate holding steady at 6.7%. Tell me how you see the backdrop right now, Glenn.
Maria, it's all about jobs right now. And one of the big challenges is we continue to see pressure in tourism and hospitality. And those sectors are going to continue to really be challenged. And we will see a little bit of a job pickup now. But what I'm most worried about is permanent damage to the job market. We're seeing companies that just aren't bringing back the employees that they had a year ago. 10 million Americans are still unemployed. Maria, in my home state of Virginia, this is a big challenge. We still see really elevated initial unemployment claims. And those understate the challenges in job disruption. We have so many people that are working two jobs or had their hours reduced or are furloughed. And so the unemployment numbers really don't tell the whole story. We have to rebuild an economy that, what we learned during the Trump administration, if we have a rip-roaring economy, Maria, and we have jobs for everybody, then it lifts up the entire American population. And I'm really worried right now that we're not seeing the job recovery that we would expect. And that's what we all have to focus on right now.
Yeah, it's a great point, and that has to do with policy as well, right? I mean, you recently announced that you're running for governor of Virginia. Tell us what the platform is, why you joined the race after having this key seat at one of the leading private equity firms, the Carlyle Group. You were able to see from the inside how business grows, what they're doing in terms of job creation, the cost side of the business. So you've got a great platform to understand, both from an employee and employer standpoint, what policies actually have impact.
Maria, I was sitting on Zoom calls last summer, and I was looking at my home state of Virginia. I'm a homegrown Virginian. I was born in Richmond. I grew up in Virginia Beach and Norfolk. I've been in Northern Virginia for nearly 27 years. I love Virginia. And I was watching what's happening in Virginia from the economic growth standpoint, from a jobs creation standpoint, from the continued intrusion on our constitutional rights. And Maria, I stood up from my desk on a Friday afternoon and I left my job to actually get off the sidelines. I think so many people stand on the sidelines and complain, and I got into the arena. So I'm running for governor in order to rebuild and reimagine a new day in Virginia. Virginia, Maria, it should be the best state in America to live in, to work in, to raise a family. And so what we're going to focus on when I'm governor is we're going to build a rip-roaring economy. We're going to keep taxes down. We're going to cut regulations, and we're going to have a job market that nobody has ever seen before. We got to get the schools back open, Maria, and that's a real issue right now. Our friends in Loudoun County, led by Browden Michon, has gotten the board to vote to get them hybrid. We got to get them open. We got to get the cost of living down. Maria, I signed the Taxpayer Protection Pledge yesterday. We are not going to allow taxes to go up in Virginia, and I'm going to work to bring them down to get the cost of living down. And I'll tell you, Maria, what we've seen in this vaccine is that Virginia can't seem to get the vaccine distributed. We were ranked nearly dead last a few weeks ago, and getting the vaccine distributed is the key to getting businesses open and schools open. So there's a lot of work to do here, and that's why I'm running for governor, Maria.
I love it, Glenn. You're mentioning a lot of things. By the way, we're all fans of Virginia. This is Dagan McDowell's home state as well, so we know the issues. But, Glenn, you're coming from a position of really having a key role in certainly capital markets, in creating capital and growth for small businesses. Why is it that small businesses seem to be disadvantaged the most during this pandemic and this lockdown? You see the big box retailers, the Walmarts of the world, allowed to open, and Amazon doing so well, benefiting from this lockdown, and yet small businesses are shuttered and they are boarded up in some cases. Why?
Well, Maria, first and foremost, small businesses just have the challenge of having a governor who is in Virginia who has shut business, and the small businesses struggle the most because this is where the economy is. They need to be open. They need to have customers. They need to be serving meals. I was with Deanna in Richmond last week. She runs a restaurant with 23 employees, and she said, Glenn, it's not like I have a whole army of accountants or HR professionals to help me navigate this stuff. The regulations are hard, and when I can't be open, it's not like these small businesses are. And so one of the biggest challenges that I just can't wait to take on, which is we've got to cut regulations. We have to cut the cost of doing business so that small businesses can thrive, Maria. And I just feel like this is why I got up out of my chair, Maria, and stepped out of my job, because I was tired of watching what was happening with folks that have never really run anything. They've never run anything, Maria. And the idea that they can impose regulatory challenges and extend them in perpetuity, and that's going to help our small businesses somehow or another, it's just disconnected. And that's why I'm doing this, Maria.
Well, we're going to follow your journey, Glenn. We have followed you throughout your time in business, and we will follow your time running for governor. Glenn, come back soon. Please give us an update on Virginia whenever you can. We'll see you soon. Thank you, sir. We'll be watching.